the wonderful Ryan Bigg.
Yeah, for some reason I got the second best talk badge as well, so I don't know who's first best, but there you go. I was going to make a joke that this was the third best talk of the night and that Vanessa and Seals were the first best talk. You've done a wonderful job of hosting so far. Much better than the Surly Toby aspect that we normally get. So tonight's talk is a talk on kind of Ruby tricks, and there'll be some card tricks as well. This talk is inspired by a magician who died, a sleight of hand magician who died last year called Ricky J. That's Ricky J-A-Y. Look him up on YouTube. He does these amazing things with cards. He middle deals. He makes things disappear and reappear. He does all this weird shit. I'm not going to do any of that today. What I am going to do is mirror my display, though, so you can see it. Okay. So what I need from you all is an assistant. I need an assistant from the audience, somebody who can help me out here today. So if you'd like to help me out, please put your hand up. And I'll get you up on the stage. Anyone? Anyone? Sergio, come on up. Welcome my lovely assistant to the stage. All right, lovely assistant, I need you to click this start with video button for me. Thank you. Now I'm going to make my assistant disappear. Get off the stage. Ta-da! But no, seriously, come back here. I need you. All right. You are going to be tonight's videographer. You are going to record card tricks for me. I'm going to need you to do this for me. What we do is we stop this video here. Oh, ting dong. Hello, it's me. Very good. And what I need you to do is so you point the camera at the cards, okay? Good. There you go, it's live streaming, isn't that cool? Wow, technology, isn't it amazing? Okay, but there's no cards. Does anyone have cards? That's okay, I brought my own. So I knew none of you would prepare for my talk, just like I did. That's fine. So what I need as well here are 2 volunteers from the audience, 2 volunteers who know how to do card things. We have one, and we have another one. Paul, come on up. Hands. Can you 2 please sit here? All right, so I need you to stand over there, Sergio. So you can be like the third person. No, you don't get it. Can you 2 met? Yeah. No?
We have now.
Okay. Cool. So this is a deck of cards. There are 54 cards in this deck.
54?
54, because there's 2 jokers, but no one really plays real card games with jokers, so that's it. Pal, what I'm going to need you to do in a second, I'm just going to shuffle these. The first way I shuffle them, of course, is the Florida Shuffle, because everyone in Florida knows how to do this shuffle. Is that your card? It's not. Let's get rid of that. So, Pal, what I'm going to need you to do in a moment is pick a card, and I want you to pick it only from the top of the deck. So this other shuffle is called the Riffle Shuffle. It sounds authoritative. You sound like a person in power if you slam the cards down on the deck. Like that. Okay, I need you to take the top card here. Just the top card, just the top card. Okay, so we got rid of that card, we got rid of that card. You can look at it, don't show it to him yet, because it will spoil the rest of the trick. Now, you look at that, hold on to that, hold that thought, don't lose it. Don't forget what that card is, it's important, okay? Now are you aware of what a binary search algorithm is?
No idea.
Not a clue at all, okay. So we've shuffled this deck already.
I haven't learned that yet.
Oh.
Is there somewhere I can learn that?
Right here, right now, amazing. How serendipitous. I need you to pick a card from this deck. And I'm going to use a binary search algorithm to find out what that card is. So I want you to look at it and show it to him as well. Don't show him your card yet. You just hang on to yours. Yours is secret, his is not. Everyone can see that? Good? Yeah? We know what it is? I got the large print card so the people with glasses can see it as well. Show it again just in case they missed it. Okay. Now I want you to put it back here on the bottom. So as I said, come on, get with the time. Okay. So as I said before, there's 2 ways of shuffling. There's the Florida Shuffle that everyone in Florida knows, boring standard shuffle, and then there's the Riffle Shuffle, which is the cool one. Now you can make this really cool if you kind of like do this and then, oh, it wasn't really impressive. Sorry. Should I do it a bit slower? Oh, you okay?
You want me to do it?
Oh, in a second. But you do this, like that. And you flick it through. Now, would you like to shuffle as well?
Yeah, I'd love to.
Okay, you shuffle. So Do we know each other?
We do, Ryan.
Oh, well, this
My
is...
name's Michael.
Well, he's not a plant, I promise.
We both used to work for the drink sponsor.
We did used to work for the drink sponsor, and then we got out of there. Or they fired us, I don't know. Yeah. I'm not sure.
No, that was another.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Is that the only way you know how to shuffle?
No, we can do the Florida one.
Whoa, no, this is the Riffle Shuffle. The
Riffle?
Riffle, yep. Always doing it backwards. Look out, people. Look out, we got card chucker. That's
There's
it.
something
Yep.
else.
Pal, do you want to shuffle that too?
Yeah, please.
Right, we'll leave this one out of the way. Okay.
Did you just look at it?
No, I can't see it. It's face down. Anyway, card tricks are quite magical. What we're going to do here tonight is a binary search. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, now I've gotten rid of 2 cards out of the deck. There's now 52 cards in the deck. Binary search works by taking half of something and determining if it's in that half or not in that half. So what I want you to do, I'm going to deal out 27 cards. Or
Tell me what.
26 cards. 26 cards because we've got, so half of 52 is 26. You're going to deal out 26 cards. When I'm done, not when you see your card. If you see your card, don't say a thing because that will ruin the whole thing. Only when I'm done dealing out 26 cards will you tell me if you saw your card. Okay, and we're going to keep doing that. We're going to go half, 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 half. So, ready?
Ready.
You know what the card is? You know what the card is? You all know what the card is? Give me a hell yeah!
Hell yeah!
Louder! Yeah, that's better. Okay, let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is your card there or is it still in my hand?
It's there.
It's here.
Yep. Hell yeah!
Okay, so you said it's in here. So half of 26 is 13. Look at this audience. They are switched on tonight. Even though they've had pizza and beer, their minds are still ticking. It's just wonderful. Now I'm deal 13 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Is it here or is it?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah, it's there?
Yeah.
Awesome. We'll get rid of these. Goodbye.
Good. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Half of 13. 7.5. Who said that? Get out. 6.5. Anyway, I'm going to deal out 6 cards because I want to round down because the energy in this room's down. So let's deal 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it there?
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah. Okay. All right. Now we can keep doing that until we get down to the 1 card remaining, which is boring, right? So what I'm going to do, you're not going to tell me anything. You're not going to tell me anything. And you, shh, quiet. You've been talking too much. What I'm going to do is lay the cards out like this. So binary search works, and it takes half the things and it determines if it is in that half or not in that half. You've had your turn, it is now my turn. I don't like these cards, so I'm going to get rid of these ones. Do you still see your card out there on the table?
Hell yeah!
Yeah, audience, do you still see your card?
Not say anything.
Yeah. Okay, so now we have 3 cards remaining. We can go half a card, and I can rip that card in half if it ruined my whole deck. So I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is get rid of 1 card. You still see your card there?
Yep.
Wonderful. Now, I don't like the Queen of Clubs. Every time I get this card and I think I have a really good poker hand, it turns out I actually don't, so I'm going to get rid of this card. But if I get a pair of aces, I really like it, so I'm going to keep this card. And I think your card was the Ace of Hearts. Is that correct?
Yes.
No? Hell yeah! Thank you!
See, I don't have the problem David has. I just play straight aces against Ryan.
Yeah. So can you remind me just one more time what that card was? Can you pick the card from the top?
Ace of Hearts.
Yeah, what is that? Ace of Hearts, okay. Now, I asked you before to pick a card from the top. What was it? It's probably the Jack of Diamonds, I would say. Can you flip the card over, please?
Jack of Diamonds.
Jack of Diamonds. Can you
Sure.
flip it? Yeah, can you flip it over? It's the Jack of Diamonds. Now, pal, you got to pick from my shuffling, right? And shuffling just makes a random card land on top of the deck, and I can put cards wherever the fuck I like because I'm a magician. But what would be really amazing is if the Jack of Diamonds, by the way, he did get the Jack of Diamonds if you're not sure. Look under your seat, please. There should be a folded up note attached to the bottom of your seat. Could you please get it out?
There's a note.
There is a note. Can you unravel the note, please, and read out what it says? What does it say on the note? It says the Jack of Diamonds. Ta-da! Woo! Thank you, my lovely volunteers and assistant. Thank you. That's part 1.
I would have been drinking it the whole time. I thought it was somebody else. No one said where I worked.
That is part 1 of the talk. So that's card tricks. We know card tricks, and we know how they're done. We know that you can dig up the Ace of Hearts, or you can dig up the Jack of Diamonds just there. That's relatively easy. What's not so easy is making the computer do things that you don't want it to do. Computers typically never lie. And that's a good thing. Computers are reliable and they are nice and everything just works really nicely. We have things in Ruby, oh, bugger that, need some water. We have things in Ruby that lets us do quite amazing things. And I think this is pretty awe-inspiring that Ruby allows us to do things to it that not many other programming languages do. So I'm going to just demonstrate a few of those tonight. Right after I have some water. Now you might be familiar with the things that Ruby provides to you. So things like file utils. Who's used file utils before? No, don't hands up. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah!
Thank you. Okay. Who's used?
Hell yeah!
Hold on. Who's used net telnet?
No. Hell yeah!
And who's used from the standard library this famous example of RSS iTunes for reading the iTunes RSS format? Nobody? Okay. This is a thing. I'm not kidding around. This is a thing that Ruby actually ships with. You can read iTunes RSS format in any version of Ruby since like Ruby 2. It's stupid. It's there. Anyway. Most experts agree that 2 is a number. Because on the second talk of the night, I have to start with 2. Most experts agree that 2 plus 2 is?
4.
6. Thank you. Somebody with some sense. Somebody with some sense in the room, finally. So 2 plus 2 is 6. Okay. How about 3 plus 4? It's 10. Come on. The beer and pizza is just addling your brains now. 5 plus 6? 16. Come on. Faster, faster, faster. Okay. We'll move on. Now, because, everyone here is doing, no one's doing Ruby anymore. There's David. I was admiring his physique or something. I don't know. Let's try and move this somewhere. Anyway, I really love JavaScript, and I know a lot of people are moving from JavaScript to Ruby. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger so you can all see it. So I had this JavaScript program I was working on where I had a range of 5 numbers. It was -2 through to +2. And because I'm a programmer and I like, having order in my system, so let's say it was like this instead. I want to order them in the incremental order that they come in. But if I hit enter on that, what you'll realize is that it's not the correct order. It's -1, -2, 0, 1, and 2. And JavaScript has done this since time immemorial. And it's because JavaScript is right. What I would like Ruby to do is to also do the same thing. So let's say we've got -2 to +2 and we do a sort. Well, on my computer, it does the right thing now. It does -1, -2, 0, 1, and 2, just like Brendan Eich intended. This is the correct way of doing things. By the way, this talk is the worst works on my machine talk you'll ever see. Best, worst, I don't know. Anyway. So we can sort arrange and we get the JavaScript way as Brendan Eich intended. That's wonderful, right? But what happens if we want to compare arrays? Well, we can do that with this, and we can do, you want to make sure that these 2 arrays are equal. What does this statement return?
False.
No, it's yes. And how about 3, 2, 1, and 1, 2, 3? What does that return? No. That's right, no. No. All right. So that's something. I just got to reset here a bit. My terminal's a bit wonky at the moment. Okay, so we've done double things. Now I want to do an array of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. What happens if I put a tilde before it? It shuffles it, of course, because it's like wavy, like shuffle, right? It shakes things up. I'm never going to do that move again. Outside the dance floor. What happens if I move back to the start of the line and I do a plus before it? What happens? Does anyone here speak Japanese? What's the plus mean in Japanese? 10. So it's going to give me 10 of every single element, as Matt's intended. Now I can combine these, which is really cool. By the way, let's get rid of that, and I can do tilde plus, and it will give me a shuffled array of 10 of each of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I can also do a bang, which will give me random numbers of the same number size of the array. Ruby lets you do this. Ruby lets you just put random shit before an array, and then it pretends like everything's fine. Cool. That's good. We understand how arrays work now? What was that? Hell yeah? Excellent. Okay. Okay, moving on to my next favorite example. So we've covered numbers, we've covered arrays. Let's move on to my next favorite example, which is lambdas. So we're going to have like a function here. We're going to do a thing, and it's going to like puts hello. How can I call this function? How can I call it? Functor call. Okay, yep, one. That's one of 4 ways of calling this function. How else can I call it? Around brackets. Correct. 2. Flat square brackets. Oh. Flat square brackets. And the 4th way? Who knew that? It's true. You can call it with triple equals and it will call the function. Procs, this is not something I've hacked into my machine. Triple equals on a proc will do the same thing as calling it. I discovered this as a way of preparing for this talk. I was amazed at it. I thought you'd be amazed at it too. Anyway, that's procs. It's pretty cool. But what is cooler is if I could, instead of, whoops, my bad. I'll bring that back 1 second. I gotta type some stuff away from your eyes. So I am just gonna show you that there's completely been nothing up my sleeve this whole time. So I'm gonna launch into my favorite editor, Emacs. There you go. Now I need to launch Sublime from there. And then I'm gonna just import OS, and I'm gonna do OS system, and then code, and then load my IRB-RC here. Okay, there's nothing that I've been doing particularly fancy in this case. It's just that my prompt has been configured as simple. So if you can work out how I've been doing the arrays and numbers stuff and the proc magic, then let me know, because it's not here. I don't know why it's working on my computer. There you go. So that's how I launch code every day. Let's go back into Tmux again here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do this little thing here. I need to go into the right directory. Oh, I hit the button again. I'm so sorry. Live coding is always a bad idea. No one ever do it. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to write a little Ruby file here that is just going to pick a random card, and I'm just going to walk over here. Just trying to think through the code and how it works. So it probably press enter to pick a random card, and then we need to get some input and output it somehow. So we're just going to pick a random card and say the randomly selected card was the rank sample of suits.sample. That should be enough. And we'll save that file. Anyway, that's one example of cards file. I just did that with my brain. Ruby has a thing to do that. It's called Ruby. You do require mind control, and it can do that, just like RSS iTunes. It's built into the standard library. Not many people know about it. You're supposed to laugh. That's fine. Okay. But here's another version of the program that I've built. So I'm just going to run a loop here. And I need somebody to come up on stage again. Not one of my other volunteers, but I need another volunteer. Could you come up on stage, please? Somebody? Kasha! We don't know each other, right?
No, we don't.
Okay. I need you to stand there. I need you to stand there, and I need you to find a random card in the deck. And I'm going to hit some keys on my keyboard and going to get Ruby to output it. And that's not going to be very impressive. But you go ahead. Fine.
Select any card?
Select any card you want.
Good one.
It says press any 2 keys to pick a card. So I'm going to do...
Pick the card that's like the instructions.
And you just read out to me what it is.
Read it out to you.
Yeah, read it out. Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Yeah, so we got to give Ruby some training material. So 2 of hearts. Yeah, you got to speak a bit louder, but
2 of hearts.
yeah. Next one. Next card.
Okay.
Come on. Any card. Just literally. You don't have to.
All right, got it.
And we don't know each other, right?
We do not know each other.
Yeah. Next card. What's the next card?
It's a joker.
Pick a real card. Pick a real card. My program doesn't do a joke. Are you a joker?
Okay. All right.
So you pick 2 of hearts. What? Yeah, what's the card?
It's 6 of diamonds.
6 of diamonds. Okay. Now, I'm going to use my little mind control thing again. Can you pick another card? Hands off the keyboard. Hands are here, feet are here.
Another card.
Pick another card, and you've got to speak it really loudly. In fact,
Randomly.
speak it loudly into that.
Jesus.
So Ruby should be able to hear you.
All right. Okay. And I speak it.
Speak it loudly into the microphone, and Ruby will pick it up, and I'll try and type it.
7 of hearts.
Ooh. And another card? Let's try again. This is good. This is voice control. Try again. Just any card. Any card.
Okay.
Not a joker.
2 of diamonds.
There it is. And one more.
Okay. 10 of hearts.
Wonderful. Thank you, Kasia. That was the 10. That was the T. T for 10. T for 10 of hearts. Thank you, Kasia. There you go. So Ruby can, if you put enough effort into preparing a talk, it can listen to cards as you say them. So, for instance, I could say King of Spades. There you go. I can say 6 of diamonds. There it is. I can say 5 of diamonds. And there you go. So that was a little bit of Ruby code. I will be posting the Ruby code after this talk. My point of this whole talk, the point of the card tricks, the point of the Ruby tricks, is that Ruby is a magical language. We should feel privileged to work in such a language that brings us joy every day and doesn't make us hate our jobs. It is really fun to write. It's really fun to realize what the language allows you to do, and we should totally explore more of what it's capable of. To that end, I've posted on my Twitter, which is Bigg. You can find a hashtag there called RubyTricks, and I've posted a couple of things like FizzBuzz entirely in procs. I've posted a Quine program that outputs a globe, but the program itself, it outputs the program itself, which is pretty cool. And there's a bunch of other stuff there. Explore what Ruby is capable of just to get a sense of wonderment of what this beautiful language can do. Thank you for listening to me rant and rave about card tricks tonight and Ruby tricks. Thank you.
I don't know if anyone has questions. Yep.
There is questions?
So I saw David Copperfield make the Statue of Liberty disappear once. How would you do that in Ruby?
Require very large mirrors.
Does anyone else have any questions?
You got a question? You got a question? We have never met. No.
So with the recognizing the card, was that like voice recognition?
Yeah. Yep. It actually uses Google Translate to translate the thick accents that some people have. Yeah. By no means, no.
We don't know each other.
We don't know each other. All right, thank you, everyone.